Let's do it like this. Uh-oh. It didn't work.
The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, build life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful people, man? Good morning, good morning, good morning to you, man. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the Money and Power Show. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator and CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. A book that I wrote, guys, The Study of Black Wealth is the study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way, but if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. We can find that book by simply going to the website, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. It's available in ebook and also soft copy, and it's available in French and audiobook and ebook as well. Hey, man, why not start your study by reading about people who are still alive today who might look like you, who've done very well as it relates to this thing called money. And this is the Money and Power Show. Grand rising to you. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. YouTube, Instagram, also Facebook. While you guys are connected, man, let us know where you're connected from, what city, what state, what country you might be connected from as well. Love to know just how far our reach may be here today. I want to welcome you guys to Wall Street. We got a very special guest who's going to be with us here today, and we'll be sharing some insight as it relates to business and things that has been going on, man, because he's been in business for some years. So he has seen the highs and the lows, and he can probably drop some wisdom on us today as we go through this time that we're dealing with in this thing called the economy. And, a lot of people are saying the sky's falling. They got the Chicken Little syndrome. But it ain't nothing new under the sun. We've been here before. We done got through it before. We'll get through it again. So the sky, hopefully, it ain't falling for you, although it might be falling for other people. So don't be walking around with the Chicken Little syndrome. Not a good thing. Causing everybody else to be in fear as well. Man, today's episode is being brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, which specializes in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also Black art-inspired gifts. Man, check out the website, www.theblackbazaar.com, www.theblackbazaar.com. So cool stuff. Man, we're dealing with this thing called coronavirus right now, so you want to come on over to our personal care section. And while you're there, man, you click on this thing called Oils That Smell Good. And while you're there, you just scroll on down to the bottom. There's a wonderful thing called black seed oil. Yeah, man, black seed oil, I believe, and I've been sharing with people the benefits of black seed oil, which is greater than CBD. You have much more use for this little bottle of black magic than you will of that thing that you call CBD. CBD still has its value, but don't sleep on something that's been around since the beginning of time. Don't sleep on something that's natural from the earth. Don't sleep on something that was found in King Tut's tomb. Black seed oil, man, you can pick up at ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace. We specialize in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also Black art-inspired gifts. We want you to remember this, beautiful people, that once you shop black, you never go back. That's right, man. Once you shop black, you never go back. Other sponsors want to shout out Big Sis Media. That's right. Big Sis Media is a full-service creative design agency here to assist with your most creative, with your visual and digital media. They're there to watch over your most critical creative needs like a big sis would. Man, you can check out the website by simply going to www.bigsismediagroup.com, www.bigsismediagroup.com to get the help that you need. Websites, trailers, videos, anything, flyers, anything like that. You guys need the help. Stop trying to do it all by yourself. Hire people that can can make it more efficient for you so that you can go out there and do what you do as far as business is concerned. Good morning to you, Clarence. How are you, man? Thanks so much for joining, Miss Phyllis. Anybody else joining with us today? Good morning to you. I want to welcome you to Wall Street, beautiful people. This is a place that not many of us are traveling, but we are actually participating, helping other people to get rich in this area. We understand. Hopefully now you understand that we are in one of the greatest times in history of my lifetime. And there's been quite a few times that I've been around for not as long as some other people, but long enough to have seen the missed opportunities And I made a vow to myself, and I want you to make a vow to yourself today that you will never discount an opportunity again in your life. You see, we are in a time right now where is an epic opportunity, one of the best opportunities in a decade. We don't see it very often. We've seen it before. Many of us haven't taken advantage of it because we didn't understand. We didn't know, but we got history on our side. Everybody put it down, so I got history on my side. You got history on your side, and the big question is going to be what you do with it. But anyway, today we got a brother who's going to be able to share some history with us here today. I'm telling you, man, we got a powerhouse with us here today. And so I want to make sure y'all hit that like button, that share button. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a financial education station. And people saying that people ain't teaching this, yes, they are. Question is, are you tuning in? Now, are you coming to class? Right? Are you bringing your notes? Are you asking the questions? Yes, we're out here. Y'all just don't see it because y'all ain't been looking for it. So here's what I want to tell you. You find what you're looking for. Whatever that is. If you're looking for the coronavirus, you're going to find it. Absolutely. Because you're attracting it to yourself. So you ask yourself what you're thinking about, what you're talking about. I'm talking about opportunity. I'm talking about getting rich. I'm talking about getting through this. I'm talking about faith. What you talking about? Let us know where you're connected from in the comments below. What city, what state, what city, what state. I'm trying to get my Instagram up, so give me just a second. But while I do that, let me go ahead and introduce our guest here today. None other than my brother, man, my big bro, man, Mr. Markado is up in the house, man. Good morning to you, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Trying to keep up with you. So I know I got to get up early in the morning, and that ain't even going to be good enough.
Absolutely, man. Well, thanks so much for taking the time to be here, man. I know it's been a while since we kind of, we do shows all the time together. And excuse me if I feel a little distracted. I'm trying to get this Instagram thing up because we got to be all over the place this morning. But if you could, man, I'm going to go take you solo. If you could just introduce yourself while I get this thing up, let people know who you are, what you do, and why you do what you do, man.
Okay, for the ones that don't know me, I'm Sir Markado, your economic evangelist. And I'm also author of a book called, as you can see in the background, Economic Evangelism. I've been doing this since I was 10 years old. And I enjoy it even to this point. If you don't know, I started a business with $96, and I teach people how to grow $96 or $100 business into thousands and thousands of dollars. In this, the name of the company is called Heavenly Body Products, where we help guys, people prosper. Hopefully you can see some information on the feed where you can tie into it. I'm also a community activist. I love dealing with community. I love teaching economics. I would consider myself as a grassroots economist. And also, if you'd like to come by and visit, we do have a 10,000 square foot warehouse right here in Decatur. You can come on down, 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. And hopefully today, I'm going to be able to say some things that can rally you to get involved in the fragrance industry. And I've found something to sell, that transcends depressions and recessions, and I'm going to prove it to today. So hopefully you have some children and some grandchildren and some young adults that are in dire need of some direction, and I'm here to help you. So good morning to you, everybody. God bless you.
Man, good morning, man. Welcome to Wall Street, guys. Take a look here. He said Heavenly Body Products, man. So we do have the website up here available for you to go check out. Everyone may not be in Georgia. If you're not, that's fine. I do have the website, www.heavenlybodyproducts.com. And as his brother said, man, he's been in business for a long time. And I think Heavenly Body Products for 27 some odd years, going on 28 maybe. So absolutely phenomenal. You're selling, you said the fragrance industry. You found something, you said you found something that transcends recession and depression, man. Talk to us a little bit about it. Well, first, let me say this.
Okay.
27 years, right, that you've been in business, right? So you've seen enough, you've seen recessions, you've seen pullbacks, you've seen, but you're still here. Everybody putting console, I'm still here, but you're still here. You're still in business. You're still moving right on along. So let me ask you this, because of your experience, having gone through, and maybe you can talk about some of these different times that people, unfortunately, people forget the past. They typically just, we get into the living in the now, which is great. But then we forget when things like this happen. I tell people, let's look at what has already happened that's connected to what's happening now for us to build our faith that we can make it through this as well. So I'd imagine, first I want to talk about what kind of impact are you seeing in your business right now as related to what's going on right now. We have the coronavirus, which has an impact on transportation and logistics and getting stuff from different places. I imagine that we also have seen certain industries connected to business that are in dire need of an influx. So they've probably been doing some specials and some deals to try to get people to just spend money. But what are some things that you're seeing in your business as it relates to the economy and what's going on in the world today?
Well, that's a very awesome and valid question. And I want the viewers to really look at simplicity. Really look at simplicity and how it works when you're dealing with an international market. There's really three types of markets, as far as I'm concerned. And what I've been learned and what I experienced is called a local market, is a national market, and then an international market. So dealing with a local market, it really hasn't affected me at all, really at all, because I have product to sell. So there's needs that people have every single day, and I deal with people that love to make money, that want to get into business. So it doesn't really affect me as much. Now, the national market, it starts to change a little bit, because now you're talking about shipping, handling, and so I can't control the rates. I can't control the rates of the inching up, and a lot of people don't see it. Well, they don't see it, but as we begin to start shipping, we said, man, these rates are looking a little different. So we had to check in on it, and the rates went up a little bit because of this influx with this international disease right now. Now the international market, it really affects us. The manufacturers in China and maybe even some other countries had shut down. Because of the virus. And what happens, they quarantine a lot of their people in China, isolate whole cities. And so there is a fear that disease can make it through the supply chain. So there we go. So the international, because of the virus, affect the supply chain. So there's certain products that we could easily get. They're not as accessible as they were when we was before this virus. But in terms of locally, it really hasn't affected me at all. So you have to really keep it simple with it. Most people, the virus is not going to touch them. But in terms of business-minded people that deal with business every day, you might see a slight change. But on the international market, you definitely, I know some people that are affecting the markets.
Wow. So, so really, so it sounds like let me ask you this then. When it comes to these three different markets, and you being in business, for as long as you have, how did you, not how, but as you think about your journey from maybe starting locally to then going to the national, then getting to international and doing international business and international trade, and there's some people who have that idea and they're just local right now. What's that process look like, and the evolution of your mind to say, man, okay, I got new territories that I can hit, new regions that have not heard of my brand or my company or anything like that. and these relationships that you built, you built, across state lines, that you're still able to still be in business, and that's a very powerful thing that you just said that from a local standpoint, you being in business, you really have not been impacted. The same people are still out here making money. People are still selling stuff. People are still going to the store, and obviously we see that, right? Because you go to a grocery store right now, ain't no toilet paper there. So people still spending money. They just may be spending money on something different. Yes. But at the end of the day, you said recession proof, or not recession proof, but you've gotten through recession. So people still want to smell good, even if they're gonna be in the house.
Exactly, and that's the thing when you get into, especially when you start a business. A lot of people, the mind. I'm going to say a lot of people. The mind says, "Okay, what is the best products to deal with to just on a daily basis?" And the one thing that I really want everybody to understand, and maybe you like to put it in the feed, is that consumables, things that people consume almost every day. People are going to roll on oils every day. People are going to put lotion on every day. People are going to put their shea butter on every day. So I believe this is a great opportunity. And people are using hand sanitizer running out. So you might get, even alcohol is running out. But all this stuff that I deal with, people are still gonna burn incense. So this is in the mind. You gotta say, what can I get involved with, even if I'm already in business, that's gonna create income for myself because of consumables. Now, if you're selling clothes, if you got an epidemic right now and people are scrambling all over the place, they're not really excited about buying clothes, or they're not excited about really buying a car right now. But putting something small, and think of this, small ticket price items that people will consume rapidly. I mean, this is, you said it right. I said recession proof. I have the products that we done been through depressions. Political proof. I didn't see how many presidents since I've been in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's still that stuff doesn't affect what we call the cosmetic industry, and that's powerful in its own right.
So, brother Markado, man, now because I know, when I first kind of came across you, I was kind of developing this mindset as well. Say, hey, I want to make sure that I'm in the stuff that I am involved with, is stuff that people are going to buy no matter what, like water, detergent, stuff like that. People are going to buy this stuff no matter what. Yeah. And now I'm thinking about some other businesses that may be represented here today, or maybe tuning in at some particular time, where they may want to start thinking about what's some things that they can add to what they may already do, that people are going to buy anyway, because we know that for some businesses they have seasonal items. Mm-hmm. We know for other businesses, it's like you said right now, some stuff ain't gonna go nowhere because it's not as important to the necessities of life as well. But you can still add some things, little one-off things into what you do to be able to make sure you at least have some items that are recession-proof within or whatever it is that you do. And I find it a fascinating concept, because I remember when I went from just dashikis to, okay, now I'm selling something that people are going to buy anyway, which is personal care products, which is why we have that in our store as well. And I think for you as well, I mean, you didn't start with oils. Where'd you start? And then how'd you get into something? Because you said you found something.
Yeah.
And I want everybody put in comments, I'm looking. You found that you had to be looking for something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you were probably, tried this, tried that, tried this, tried that, and then you found something because you were trying to find something that worked. So talk to us about a little bit about that process. This is interesting.
It's weird because when I first started, I started with t-shirts, religious t-shirts. And back then it was like bang, 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 bang. It was real fast and furious. And I realized that, and this is something I really want to add in there because it transcends right into it. I realized that being distributing as a wholesaler, distributing to people that wanted to make money. So I was starting to sell at wholesale. And so I went from a t-shirts and then I added socks. And I sold, oh boy, you talking about socks. I sold, because I used to hear people say, oh, I need this. I need socks. And so I developed dealing with people that had needs. They said, well, you need socks. This is a great item. Then I found body oils. And I realized this was something that people were always coming back. They would buy one fragrance, and then they would come back and buy another type of fragrance, and then another type of fragrance. Then they ran out, and they came back and re-up. And this began to, in my mind, said, oh yeah, I found the hot spot. And then I realized I got into lotions that parlayed, and I got into soap. And I realized people go, and I realized that people love the smell of taking a bath with bubble bath, with the fragrance that they loved. And then they would come out and put the lotion on, and then they would put a little bit of the oil on, so they fresh all day. And so when I found that, I never stopped. I stopped the t-shirts. Well, I'm still got some t-shirts. I try to integrate the t-shirts back in the game, and I found that they ain't in my lane no more. But when I implemented the burning oils and the air freshener, it changed everything. It changed everything. Because I could wholesale, I could distribute that stuff. People, bad smells, cigarette smells, weed smells, cigar smells, feet smells. So not only was I just trying to really push a product, I was pushing psychology as well, because I would ask a question and say, you have any bad smells that you want to get rid of? And then right away it triggers the mind. And that's it. And it triggers not only the mind, it triggers the senses. So the fragrance industry and the cosmetic industry is I hate to say this word, I really do, but I realize at this space and juncture in this conversation, it's really a no-brainer. That word sometimes is a good word, but in this instance, it's a no-brainer. Anybody can ask a question, do you like smell goods? And they're gonna say yes, you got a customer.
Well, and the interesting thing about the word no-brainer is we can go deeper into that, and we'll do that today. I think I'll do a special little thing for us since we're here today, because there are some other things that are no-brainers. And when we say no-brainer, what we're simply saying, I believe, is that you come into the knowledge of understanding people, right? And for people, right? For consumers, because here's the deal. Here's the reality, man. I want people to understand. The reason why America is so valuable is because it's filled with consumers. Okay, all of the people are coming over to the land of the free because it's free people who can spend their money freely on the products and stuff that they create and they bring over for us to consume. So we are in the land of the free, but the land of the consumers.
Yeah.
And the question is, are you on the consuming side mostly, or do you have something to sell that you can actually have some of that money stay within the community in which you live in? And but the no-brainer side comes into, okay, well, if we are in the land of consumers, then what are people buying? And I tell you, Sir Mark, this is very interesting because I tried to get out of the oil game. I hooked up with you. I said, "Mama said these oil." I was doing very well, but I was tired of all of the different types of fragrances that people want. It's like you can't keep up. It's like, I want this, can you get this, can you get that? So I was like, man, bump that. I'm gonna get out of it, and I couldn't get out of it. Mm-hmm. People kept calling. They kept calling like, man. It's a good thing because, there's a demand. Everybody put a console demand. There's a demand for something. And so what I want to do real quick, I want to ask a question to the audience because we may have some people that are in business or thinking about being in business. I'm going to ask the same question to you, and I'll answer it for myself. as it relates to the business that you might be in, or that you run, or that you're thinking about starting, but hopefully you're already in business. I want to know, what is the number one item that you sell? And when I say number one item that you sell, that means that the number one item that everybody buys. It's not the thing that you think is going to sell the best. It's the thing that actually sells the best.
It brings you in the most money.
Brings you in the most money, or brings you in the most customers, or bring you in the most clients. Because again, I just want to go through this process of finding.
Yeah.
I found, although my thoughts was everybody wanted dashikis, everybody didn't want dashikis. I thought that everybody wanted hats. Everybody didn't want hats. It wasn't until I came across this little thing called toothpaste that I was like, everybody want this thing on toothpaste. And then I came across the body oils. Everybody want the body. Then I came across the sheets that I'm doing now. And everybody buys sheets. Simple stuff that we might overlook because we try to complicate the process and say, here's what I want to put onto this business. Here's the niche that I want to run. And then you find yourself getting out of business because you're not really selling stuff that people want to buy. And I'm pretty sure, Brother Markado, for you, man, what's the number one thing that you sell that everybody wants to buy? Because you sell a lot of stuff. You sold a lot of stuff. I mean, socks, t-shirts, sage, it's incense, and
millions of dollars worth of stuff.
Right?
Over my lifetime.
Yeah. Insurance you sold before. So what are some let me just say, I know what you're gonna say as far as the business that you run now, but just over your lifetime, what have you found to be the top 3 things that you sold that everybody wanted to buy?
It's boy, that's a good one. But I know the number one, and the number one thing is burning oil air freshener. And I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. If society or the government says, okay, everybody, you go. This is what you're alluding to. If you had to only sell one product, what would it be? If the government said you can only sell one product, it's got to be your number one product, what would it be? It is the burning oil air freshener. There's nothing on anything I ever sold could even touch this product line. The number 2.
Hold on a second. That's a great question. I want to put that up because I want the audience that's joining us with us here on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Good morning to you, by the way. Welcome to Wall Street. We're talking about business and opportunity.
Yeah.
So if you could only if you had a stipulation of everything that you wanted to sell, whether that be a product or service, and you relied on this sale to sustain yourself, what's the number one thing that you would sell that you understand that everybody will buy? Right? This is why life insurance game is so interesting, because everybody's not buying life insurance, although everybody needs it. Right? Everybody should have it, but everybody not buying it. So if you only had one product and or service to sell, this is for the audience. What product and or service would you sell that you could say with a confidence that, man, I could live, or I could eat off of this? What would that be for you? I'm gonna put that comment. So what's the number one product and or so? Let me see if I can type that in here. Go ahead, brother. You was going to get the number 2.
Well, number 2 in my lifetime was socks. Socks was something that, especially children's socks. I made a killing off children's socks because I don't know how I think I know how I got out of it. It was just so much. It was so bulky. I had to bring in so much of it. I kind of wish I never got out of socks because that's never going to stop. So especially with children. Children lose socks. Sometimes when people wash clothes, the washing machine eat the socks. Somehow there's a gremlin in there that just takes it. So the parents are always buying socks. The third thing, I have no clue, because those are the top 2. The third one, I don't even know what was. And I sold a lot of life insurance, but not like this. Body oils.
Okay, let me flip it then. Let's say, okay, of all the things that you tried, what was the worst thing that you sold?
Oh shoot! It could be a whole. Oh my God. I mean, that's the thing. And I'm glad you asked that kind of question, because this is what I want people to understand. I failed enough times at something, at things, that you can ask me, is this good? And I'll tell you no. And I'll tell you why, you know? So I failed at a lot of stuff, and I failed often.
Yeah, so here's an example, because this is where your experience, this is where wisdom comes in, this is where wise counsel comes in, and a lot of times, especially you might have been the same way when you were younger. You feel like you know everything, so you don't I'm gonna try it anyway, and you don't go to wise counsel. So I think some type of good example that you was like, yeah, I probably wouldn't start with that product. It might be something I offer. For example, let me give you an example. So duvet cover sets. I sell them, right? And everybody loves them, but very few people buy them.
Yeah.
So they're still offered in my store, and they're still available. I get a whole bunch of likes. I get a whole bunch of that's dope. I get a whole bunch of that. But at the end of the day, the rubber meets the road, very few people actually buy them because of the ticket price.
Yeah.
I realized that once people move above $25, $30, they got to start thinking about it. Although they spend $30 on stupid stuff all the time, they got to start thinking about a $50 investment or a product or a $60 product. And so they look at it like, yes, that's nice. And they say $60. They say, oh, I don't know. I'll have to come back to it on payday. And then they forget, or whatever the case may be. So if someone were to tell me I'm going to start in the home decor, industry, and I'm going to sell duvet cover sets, I'm going to be like, you probably don't want to start with duvet cover set. Right? That's not a good item to start with. You can still offer it, but starting with is probably not a great place to if you really want to find some huge success. Now, where I found huge success is in sheets. So that I sell so many sheets per week. It's like it's insane. It's like wow. Like you said, I found it.
Yeah.
I have so many different products that they never did nothing. I finally found a golden egg. I finally found a stream.
The weird part about that is I through our conversations and things of that nature, I began to there was a word that always stay in my psyche for the rest of my life, for the rest of my career, and that's focus. And the word when you focus, it doesn't have to be one thing. If you focus on those two things or those three things, and you focus and try to do yourself a favor, don't add nothing else until you know. But that focus really is starting to change my life. It is what it is. I'm focused on helping God's people and helping them with the fragrance industry and the cosmetic industry. It's nothing like it. And anybody that ever comes in contact with me and really says, I'm going to challenge him. Challenge me. I'm telling you, I've said it. I said, this is another word, Evan, that's very, you got to kind of watch this word, right? And people get in trouble for this word. It's called guarantee. Okay, you can't guarantee that this product is going to heal you. You can't guarantee that this product is going to fix you, right? But I guarantee you that the fragrance industry is going to change the way you do business. It's just going to add a level of income that you need, especially if you have children and grandchildren.
Absolutely, man. We'll talk about some of those opportunities. Well, I do want to take some time to really, welcome people to Wall Street and show them some things as it relates to this. I will ask you this, and I don't know if you have this answer or not, but as it relates to just this industry itself, and I know I kind of know the answer to this, but I want to kind of take it to another level. Is there some particular fragrance or cosmetic company or something like that that you would look at and say, okay, this is the number one company in my industry that quite possibly they're publicly traded that we can take a look at this morning. If not, I got another company in mind. But and the reason why I ask is because what I encourage people to do is find the top dog in their industry, so they can then see what the top dog is doing, and they can do it, and then learn how to do it better, so they can have success. But with your industry being so diverse, there may not be any one particular company that does exactly what you do, but you may there may be a number one company in some product that you offer that we could take a look at today?
It's weird. That's a great question. And initially, when you put it to me, I said I don't know. But when you look at some of the like Wicks, candle companies, those any companies that are traded like that, aerosol. Well, aerosol are killing.
All right, I know where I'm gonna go then. I'm glad you brought that up. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. I know you guys want to do a little bit of Wall Street, and we got Brother Markado who's here, gonna be able to maybe get some insight on what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna pull up my screen. I'm gonna welcome you guys to Wall Street again. That's Heavenly Body Price that's on the screen. We'll come back to that. Make sure that you guys know how to connect with him. To do business, if you want to get into this industry, you want to add some of these products to what you do, you want to have some sort of recession-proof income coming in, we give you that opportunity to do that. And that's just what we do, guys. We provide access. And what I found is that although you got access, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll walk through the door of opportunity. That's a personal decision that you have to make for yourself. But I do want to kind of take a look at what's going on in the market, and then we're going to take a look at one company that I'm glad he brought it up, because I actually had a company in mind, and we're going to take a look at that here today. But real quick, guys, here's news that you can use as it relates to the market from CNN. And again, for you guys to understand that we are in one of the greatest times in history. It's an opportunity of a decade for you to put yourself in position to get rich. Now, tonight, at 8 p.m., I'm going to do a Wall Street marathon to answer your questions. But here's the thing. You got to show up. And I know a lot of people say, oh, this and oh, that, and you go out and you do this and do that. Hey, if you won't show up to class, you won't learn. That's your decision. I'll be here from 8 p.m. tonight till midnight Eastern Standard Time on Facebook or YouTube, ERGJ Enterprise. If you want to learn, you'll show up. Otherwise, you'll make another excuse. And that could be the story of your life. Very rate, volatility continues. That's actually the highlight, and that's just basically saying there's a lot of movement in the market, a lot of fear in the market. That's okay. Walt Disney closes, right? Walt Disney closes. That provides a huge opportunity in Disney because while they're closed, they're probably going to lose a little income. Their stock price is probably going to drop, but that's okay because, this too shall pass. Everybody put in comments so that this too shall pass. All right, so we're talking about a temporary sell-off. We're talking about a temporary reduction in the market. I want you guys to understand it's temporary. It's temporary. Fear is temporary for the most part. Okay, investors sell anxious after Thursday historic Wall Street out, so there's a lot of selling in the market. Well, if someone is selling, that also means that somebody is buying.
That's right.
If someone is selling, that means that someone is buying. So here's the question that you got to ask yourself. If there's a huge sell-off, then who the heck is buying?
That's it.
See, the crowd is selling. The broke crowd is selling. The ignorant crowd is selling. It's only the few who we would consider to be the elite, who we would probably consider to be the 10%, the 1% who are buying. Which one are you? Are you the seller? Basically, you're going to say, hey, I lost money. Let me go ahead and sell and capture this loss. Or are you the buyer? Everybody else lost money. That gives me an opportunity to buy low. It's a mentality. And what I was saying this morning, Brother Markado, maybe you can touch on this a little bit. I was saying that, man, common sense ain't so common no more. And I'm no longer looking for people who got common sense. I'm looking for people who got uncommon sense, who don't think like everybody else. Because they make decisions that everybody else won't make. What's your thought on uncommon sense?
Yeah, it's interesting. You said that, because we said a no-brainer, right? So in layman terms, it means something you have to think about. In layman terms, something that you don't have to think about. So that's uncommon. I mean, most people are analyzing and being critical of stuff when you shouldn't even be thinking, So something you don't have to think about is just something the right thing to do, especially if you got the right leadership. And that's why, when I think about things, when you say simple, I like to say simple Simon systems, I think about creating something that's a consulting company that really, I'm just saying it. I think maybe somebody else will say it. Evan and I will be a 1-2 punch in this industry. You know what I'm saying? To be able to take you all's ideas and be able to cultivate it into great ideas, into action, really, into action. So,
absolutely, man. Let's keep going, guys. I'm trying to get through this. I got a company by the way. So anyway, there's news you use. I'm not gonna go through all the news this morning. Just don't have the time. I think we're 8:43. Oh Lord, let me rush this thing through. I'm gonna go through the market real quick. And we'll get to the company I look at today. Our stock watch of the day. The market was down yesterday, guys. You guys know that. Historic times when you start seeing 10% drops in the market, right? 10% drops in the Dow. That's basically 10% down for American companies, companies that represent the greater America. 10% down for the NASDAQ, represents the greater technology. 10% down for the S&P 500. There's a lot of things that went on yesterday I won't cover right now. We'll cover tonight during our Welcome to Wall Street Marathon. And there's some things that you simply need to know. And I will tell you this. The things that you don't know are hurting you the most. Let me say that again, especially the things about money. The things that you don't know. It's not what you do know that's hurting you. It's what you don't know that's hurting you the most. And it tells us in the good book that our people perish for lack of knowledge. So it's the things that you don't know, the things that you don't know about health, the things that you don't know about the coronavirus, the things that you don't know about money, the things that you don't know about business or marketing or sales. It's the things that you don't know. And I'll venture to say the things that you refuse to learn that are hurting you the most. Wow. The things that you don't know and the things that you refuse to learn are the things that's hurting you the most and the things that's keeping you broke, busted, and or disgusted. Let me keep going. So we have some companies that were down. Delta was down. Obviously, travel's down. Carnival Cruise, that's travel, transportation, energy, getting hit the worst. Your IRAs, your TSPs, your retirement accounts are getting hit hard, right? It's all tied to the market. Right? Your life insurance policy, if you have some variable life insurance, they're getting hit hard. You might be protected on the downside, but you're not really, this is not the time for you to be making money. This is the time for you to be preparing to get rich. Let me say that again. This is not the time for you to be concerned about losing money. This is the time for you to be preparing to get rich. Let me keep going. So anyway, I don't want to go through all because I really want to get to come. So what I thought about this morning, I was thinking about, man, all this stuff that people are buying, who stands to profit the most? And I think I found one company that we can take a look at today. And it just so happened we have the fragrance guy on. He started talking about Lysols and all that stuff. So I said, well, let me find out who owns some of these toilet paper companies. And I came across a company called Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble, you see on the screen, they Tide and Charmin and Head and Shoulders and Gillette and Pampers. So I said, let's take a look at Procter & Gamble today. Everybody put it down, so P&G. Procter & Gamble. So this is our snapshot of the day. I want you to understand, this is not a recommendation for you to buy Procter & Gamble, by the way. I just like to review stuff and start thinking about stuff and start having uncommon conversations with uncommon people who have uncommon thoughts. Because things won't change for you till you change the way that you think. So Procter & Gamble right now is $101 per share. If you want to own one share of Procter & Gamble, $101 for you to do that. We have shown, or we will continue to show, that you can buy fractional shares through different apps and things like that, i.e. Cash App if you like to do that. You can invest as little as $1 if you want to, right? The Procter & Gamble down 18% for the year. That's okay. Procter & Gamble, what do they do? What do they own, right? There's a profile. They have provision of and branding the consumer packaged goods. Now, Brother Markado, you said earlier about being in a business that deals with consumables. You still there?
Yeah, man, yeah.
Okay, you're a business that deals with consumables. Would you say that detergent is a consumable, that razors are consumables, that I guess that's lotion is consumables, that Pampers,
Yeah.
oh Lord, that Pampers are consumables? Would those be considered consumables?
Absolutely.
All right, so we got a big time company that deals with pretty much only consumables, and they've done pretty well over the years. So it operates through the following: beauty, right? Grooming, healthcare, fabric and home care, and baby and feminine and family care. I think they found something, Brother Markado.
Yeah.
I would say that they found something. They've been in business since 1837. That's almost 100 years. Oh, no, that's over 100 years. That's almost 200 years.
Yeah.
So you got a company that deals with consumer durables for the most part, and they are actually, do you think they stand to benefit from the rampant buying that people have done with their money? See, people didn't stop spending money. They just changed where they spent it. Let me say that again for the people in the back. People did not stop spending money in the land of consumerism.
Nope.
They just changed where they spent it at.
Yeah.
And where did they spend it at? They spent it at the Walmart, which stands to profit. They spent it at the Aldi and the Publix and the Kroger and the CVS. They went everywhere they could, the Sam's, which Walmart owns. They went everywhere they could to find them some water and some toilet paper and some consumer durables for such a time as this. Now, Brother Markado, let me ask you this, because this comes down to having uncommon sense. For all the recessions and the depressions and the diseases and the viruses, do not people always do the same thing every time fear comes into the land?
They
do
do.
They not always go and buy up all the water?
Yeah.
Do they not always go up and buy all the toilet tissue? Do they not always go up? Don't they not do the same thing?
Hey, I remember when 2000, remember when the turn of the century came in? What was it? 2K? Y2K?
Y2K.
Oh my God. I made so much money on Y2K. People were just stocking up on everything, you know? And they do the same thing. You're right. Our buying habits have, every time there's an epidemic or a panoramic or whatever they call it, they do the same thing. I mean, it's just that survival mind mold, and it's the end of the world, so I better stock up, you know. But the thing is, after they stock up, guess what? They're going to be using it. They're using it. So they're going to have to restock again, you know, for the next thing, you know?
Man, so would you guys think that Procter & Gamble is pretty happy right now about what's going on? Although I'm talking about from a money mindset again. I'm not talking about the emotions of the people who run the company and their concern for their family and the rest of the world. I'm talking about for the business that they operate. Do you think that they feeling pretty good about it right now? Like, well, okay, sure, look at we stand to win. We finally sold out all this stuff that's been sitting on the shelf for a little while.
Lysol, killing alcohol, killing them.
Killing them, right? Killing the game.
Gel, it's amazing.
Right, let me keep going. I'm gonna drop a few new nuggets and I'm gonna come back. Now, if you guys want the full stock snapshot of Procter & Gamble today, it's gonna be on my IGTV. I'm gonna do that afterwards. I want to make sure no, I want to make sure that I honor your time as you was today. But anyway, I'll come through and I'll do all of this stuff. I'll do a quick snapshot of Procter & Gamble. I did want to come in over here and look at the brands because we got a brand man with us here today, Brother Markado. You know something about brands, so let's take a look at Procter & Gamble brands. Right, baby care. You got Loves and Pampers. Did you guys know that's all Procter & Gamble? You guys might see a different brand, but it's the same company. Right? Fabric care. You got Ace, Ariel, Bounce, Cheer, Downy, Dreft, Era, Gain, Rendex, Tide. How many guys knew that Tide and Gain was the same company? Yeah. When you start getting into this stuff, you start being like, "Wow, okay, I've been getting food. I thought Tide was different. It is different, but it's by the same company." Family care, you got Bounty, Charmin, Puffs, Kleenex. That's probably pretty popular right now. Charmin and Bounty, paper towel, Charmin, toilet tissue. Right? Feminine care, Always, and Tampax, and This Is L, whatever that is. Grooming for the brothers, you got Braun and Gillette, Joy, Glee, Gillette Venice, and The Art of Shaving. Hair care, you got Aussie, Head and Shoulders, Herbal Essence, Old Spice, Pantene, all same company. Home care, Amber Pure, Cascade, Comet, Dawn, Febreze, Gain, Joy, Microban, Mr. Clean, Swiffer, Zalvo, Zevo. For oral care, you got Crest, Fixit, Oral-B, Scope. For personal health care, you got Align, Clear Blue, Metamucil, Pepto-Bismol, Prisolac, Vicks, Z-Quil. For skin and personal care, Gillette, Ivory, Native, Oil of Olay, Old Spice, Safeguard, Secret, Snowberry, SK2. All of these brands under the same parent company of Procter & Gamble. See, when you start getting into business, your eyes start being like, wait a second. This is if you bought any of this stuff at any point in time, this is you participating in the profits, or you helping Procter & Gamble to be profitable. And what I'm saying is, have you ever thought about actually participating in the profits of the companies that you actually help get rich? Why not get rich with them? Why not participate in their profits? Everybody putting down, so participate in their profits. Now, Brother Marketer, you are a brand man. Marketing and branding is something I definitely would say is one of your just natural niches. But as you think about all this stuff, all of these brands under the same company, what's something that you want to share with the people?
I said I'm excited for Procter & Gamble. I mean, they created a lane where they are dominating. But also, I think, and this is the thing that I realized even when I was a little boy, I used to try to figure out how did they get it from TV or paper, and they came in and said, hey, my mother's buying this stuff that they put on a commercial. So the psychology of how to get people to buy one or the other is incredible. Look at the one thing that sticks out in my mind the most is Tide and Gain. No matter how you cut the cake with Tide and Gain, you'll buy from Procter & Gamble.
And I'm glad you said that, brother, because what really gets me is how people could actually hate Procter & Gamble. They might not like Procter & Gamble, and they don't even know that they're spending their money with that which they may hate or not really want to support. They don't even know, because the brand is in front of them.
Yeah.
Without them understanding that there's a company behind the brand. So even when you said, because that's why I went here, because you said Wix and you said candle company, and I understand that there are parent companies that own those candle companies.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have began to develop the same thing, because you have Heavenly Body Products.
Chronic.
You have a brand.
Chronic Killer.
Under Heavenly Body Products. And you establish that people know that brand without necessarily knowing Heavenly Body Products. You see what I'm saying? You've done the same thing. So I imagine you've taken cues from some of these Procter & Gambles in the world.
And the truth be told, I would love to do more, but that's going to take more brain power. And I need, that's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need somebody that loves that kind of world. And we're distributing all types of brands but it's coming from the same company.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I got another one that's going out to the West Coast, though. I'm getting ready to develop another brand that's going to go into dispensaries.
Okay, fantastic. And well, we just did create it, though. We helped with the premium blends.
Yeah, premium.
We didn't really finish on the branding of it, but it's something that's in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that dispensary move is going to be incredible. I mean, I'm going to have to go automate it at some point. I can't stay hand pouring and labeling. Eventually, I gotta automate at some point. It's just a matter of time,
Or a matter of time is now. How about that? Absolutely, man. Well, hey, here's what I want to do, man. Again, guys, if you guys are interested in the whole snapshot that I'll do, it's going to be a 10-minute snapshot I'll do on IGTV. Also, I'll get that out in a little bit. Also, we have our Welcome to Wall Street marathon tonight. So if you got questions, you really want to, listen, I implore you. I can't make you show up. I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink. I can lead you to wealth, but I can't make you invest. And here's the thing about people. They want something, but they won't show up to get it. That's the interesting thing about the common people. That's the interesting thing about the broke folk. That's the interesting thing about people who always talk about what they want, but they never put themselves in position to get it, although it is available. So we'll do that tonight, 8 p.m. to 12 midnight. We have our Welcome to Wall Street marathon. All you guys been hitting my inbox. All you guys been asking me questions that I'm not answering. If you don't show up to the show, you don't show up to your virtual class, you don't bring the notes, you don't bring the questions, you don't get the answers. Now, here's another way you can get the answer. You simply pay for an appointment. How about that? You invest in somebody that's going to actually help lead you to wealth if that's what you want. But I'll save that for another conversation. Brother Marketing, man, if you could tell us a little bit about Heavenly Body Products, how people, can participate in building wealth for themselves through Heavenly Body Products. I'll bring up your website. Maybe you have some things going on. I know you got Economic Evangelism University. You've got shows and stuff like that. So here's your time, man, to let people know about what you got going on, how they can follow you, how they can be a part of this journey, or to connect with you, learn from you, whatever the case may be. Let me pull up your website.
All right. So good. Thank you about that. Heavenly Body Products, of course, is the parent company. We also got chronickiller.com. Love for you to go on there and hit on probably distributor, and that will take. We're looking for people that want to move the product. If you need to reach out to me, it's 404-578-3549. Again, on every Monday night, I do the Business Network Mixer. This is an opportunity for you to come on in and be a part of moving your own brands and moving your own products and services. That's huge. Every Thursday, I do a real raw talk, which is a little bit more personal, but is an opportunity for us to be able to speak our minds about things that are going on in social matters. But I really would love for you to take a really great and extensive look at your family, your children, your youth, and your young adults, and be able to share with them and share with people that that need a hand up, not a hand out. And so this is very important. This piece right here is that I'm looking to change lives, not only in this generation but the next generation. My son works with me. We're a second generation company, and my granddaughter's around. And the thing that I want you to understand about that is that, can you imagine your children doing business with my children? We're retired, but our children are still, and our grandchildren are still doing business. And this is what's missing in our communities. And I just want you to know to really reach out to us. And like you said, it's hard to imagine what business is all about if you're not participating in some of these things. And so God bless you. And please go on sirmarkado.com, and that'll kind of lead you to a couple of different places. sirmarkado.com.
Absolutely, man. So we have, again, guys, we have Heavenly Body Products, which is the parent company. Check them out at www.heavenlybodyproducts.com. And one of the brands that was built from Heavenly Body Products, Chronic Killer. And we have it up on the screen right now, www.chronickiller.com. We're talking to a brother who's been building this for over 25 years. He's been through the recessions. He's been through the depressions. He's been through all of that stuff, right? And so if you want to you don't have to listen to a young buck like me, although I study history. And you can talk to somebody that's already been through it, and you can get it from him. This too shall pass. Yeah. Again, guys, I want you to understand that we are now in a time of opportunity. It's only going to be a few that's going to take advantage of opportunity. It's only going to be a few. Everybody else is going to wish they took advantage of opportunity. And that's just the way that the world is. We got some people who do, some people who don't. Most people simply won't. And you got to ask yourself, are you more like most people? Or are you part of the few? Right? What's going on with your site? First, thanks so much. I just posted something on my page you might want to take a look at. Fantastic. We'll do. Absolutely. Now, we had a quick comment here. I'm not quite sure about the question, Anthony. You said P&G and PepsiCo foes the same. I don't know what foes is, so I couldn't really respond to that. Well, Brother Markado, man, again, as I said, I wanted to have a business conversation with a businessman that could help quell or calm the psychology of people who are getting overwhelmed with fear in the news and fear in the world and all this stuff, and really understand, like you said earlier, that it really hasn't impacted you on the local market.
Yeah.
It caused people to stop coming in or stop buying or stop trying to make money. Because you would think, right, with all the news, that you out of business right now, that you had to close the doors if you listen to the news.
Yeah.
That's what one would think. Like, okay, well, he ain't doing business today. Ain't nobody doing business today. But that simply isn't true. And we know that that's true because all the toilet paper is gone. So somebody getting some money.
Yeah.
All the hand sanitizer gone. Somebody getting paid. Right.
This is a real good opportunity though for most people to understand that piece right there. That if you get into business, just focus on your local market. Focus. Yeah. Focus.
Focus on it. So the word of the day is obviously focus, guys. Everybody put a comment on hashtag focus. And brother, I'll leave you with this. And as we close up today, we could talk for hours. You know that we do.
Yeah.
You keep using this word focus, man. So how was there a switch that got you to really drill into focus? And you probably are. I would probably say you're probably doing affirmations. You're probably meditating on this word. It seems like something that's really, really, really real with you right now. And I'm not quite sure if it's always been that way, or if it's coming, it's gone, or whatever the case may be. But you're seriously on focus right now. So talk to us a little bit about this word focus. What it has done for you, or the transition that you've taken to get to. Oh man, I'm super focus. I'm laser focused on this because now I'm hearing about dispensaries and all this stuff is probably coming from your focus. Talk to us a little bit about, man, I guess from when you weren't focused to now that you are highly focused, it seems like. I don't know. I guess you know what I'm trying to ask or whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. Like you said, it's a no-brainer for me now. Is that no? The answer to your one of your questions was no. It wasn't always a focused thing. I realized, it's something about as I'm getting older now. It's like I don't have too many more options. Whatever I do, I need to focus on it. I need to really put my time on it because time is such a commodity, even when you're younger, if you understand it. And so now I started to think about really my children and my grandchildren. And I'm like, if I focus on this will be here for generations, And now I talked to my son. I said, what else would you want to do if we weren't doing the fragrance industry? He said, nothing right now. He's talking the word focus. So I'm going to ask everybody, if you just do me a favor, just buy a sample pack. Focus on that, and realize that our children are really, and our grandchildren are really, that the energy is really the energy that we need to really have. A lot of it we don't really get it, but we're getting it. Our children, our grandchildren are really the reason why we're doing this. Think about the legacy you're going to leave behind, because you're going to leave one, a good one or a bad one. Either one of those two, you're going to leave it. And that's a fact, Jack.
That's a fact, Jack, man. Focus, guys. Great word of the day, great thing for you to think about, man. What are you going to be focused on today? I tell you what, you don't want to be focused on. Don't focus on fear. Okay, yeah. That ain't gonna help you. That's not gonna lead you nowhere but to the destruction. Don't focus on the fear, right? If anything, man, put your mind on faith and put your mind into your objectives. We got we have a peer. And we're seeing this brother that's been rolling around with us for a while. We're seeing him focus on his objectives. Everybody put a console, focus on my objective. He's focusing on his objective. And just by sheer focusing on his objective, keeping his ultimate goal in mind, is causing him to take actions to get him there much sooner, much quicker, much faster. Just by simply keeping his objective on his mind. So focusing on your objective, first determining what your objective is, whatever that may be, and then focusing on that objective and reaffirming that objective so that you can know what to say yes to, what to say no to, what to do next, what step to take next, and all that good stuff as well. And you can actually complete that which it is that you're trying to do at a much faster pace, because all of your energy is going towards the completion of that thing, or the acquisition of that thing, or the building of that thing. Focus. Man, where would you be? And I asked you that question, Brother Markado. Where would you be by this time next year if you just simply focused on your objectives? Where would you be?
Yeah.
That's something I want everybody in the audience to think about. Where would you be by this time next year if for the next year, the next 52 weeks, the next 365 days, you simply focused on your objectives? This is the Money and Power Show, beautiful people. And this is what we do, man. We change the way people think. We change their life forever. Change the way that you think so you can change your life forever. Now, here's the deal. Again, tonight, I don't do this, but I'm doing it because we're in a state of emergency and people need to know. People need to know about the options that are available for them to take advantage of opportunity, an opportunity of a decade. Welcome to Wall Street Marathon tonight from 8 p.m. to midnight. It's your decision to show up. I'll be there. I'll be there to answer questions. I'll be there to show you some things. I'll be there to help you think about some things that you probably have not thought about because this simply is not something that you study. I do. Right? And so if you want to get some knowledge that no one else is really, I'm not going to say no one else, but that's just, you want to get some uncommon knowledge? Well, you do something that's uncommon on a Friday night. You show up on a virtual webinar. You show up on a virtual posting. We're going to use Facebook and YouTube to do this, to spread knowledge, right? It's not something that everybody wants. They want the benefits of the knowledge. They want the benefits of the work. They want the money, but they don't want the knowledge. I'm telling you that's wrong. Use your money to get the knowledge, and the knowledge will pay you 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times of what you spent your money on that knowledge for.
Yeah.
Right? Empty your wallet to fill your brain. So later you can empty your brain to fill your wallet. Let me say that again. Put that in the comments below. Empty my wallet to fill my brain. Wisdom is the principal thing. So later I can empty my brain to fill my wallet. Okay? I want you guys to get to 8 p.m. tonight. Welcome to Wall Street Marathon. Any last words for the peeps before we close this thing down, Brother Markado?
Yeah, I just take a crack at it, to get into the fragrance industry. I believe it'll change the way, the trajectory of your finances. And one other thing, if you plan on doing fundraising or you're doing anything around your organization, you need capital. You need something that you can sell quick, and so to finance what you're doing. And just give me a call at 404-578-3549. That's my cell number. Just leave a text message, put your name in there, and I'll get back to you as well.
All right, beautiful people, man. ERGJ, man, I want to say thanks so much, Sir Markado, for showing up here today on Welcome to Wall Street, the Money and Power Show. We talk about money, we talk about power, talk about economics, talk about politics, and I'm just bringing in some wonderful people from the community that can help you to think different, be different, have different, and that you can see success, right? You can see it, you can taste it, you can smell it, you can say, man, I'm connected to success. We do have the Black Billionaires Club that you can choose to join if you're interested in being a part of what we do. We got a book club, we got an investment club, we got uncommon people doing uncommon things within our society. Well, if you want to get from being with the common folk, get with the uncommon folk, well, maybe the Black Billionaires Club is a thing for you. Just check out the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Make a decision, a financial decision, a $20 a month decision that can change your life forever. You spend $20 anyway, but are you spending $20 to help you to evolve and to adapt and to stay current in the world that we live in? Well, beautiful people, I'm ERGJ, your certified financial educator. I want to say this. I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.